Hey, what's up? Welcome back into the kitchen, and this is going to be video number 2 of our mushroom taste test series. We're going to do 3 videos, and today we're going to hang out with the blue oyster mushroom. Let me show you what we're dealing with here. I picked this up from a place called Heartland Organics a couple of days ago, and I will say this does not do the justice of how beautiful it was when I first picked it up. Today, we are going to try something a little bit different than we did with the lion's mane. First of all, if you haven't seen the lion's mane video, make sure you check that out. That was my first time ever trying it. I absolutely love that texture and the flavor that the lion's mane absorbed just from putting a dry rub on it and then dipping in a little barbecue sauce. It was delicious. If you haven't tried it, make sure you check it out. And check out Wicked Healthy's YouTube channel if you haven't, because they're always cooking up mushrooms. Mushroom is always the star of the dish on that channel. And if you're interested in mushrooms like I am, they're definitely some folks to check out. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press this in a cast iron pan. I'm going to put some seasonings on it and flavor it as I'm pressing it. The juices are going to come out of this mushroom, and then the flavors are kind of like absorbed back into it, hopefully. I mean, I don't know. I ain't no dang scientist. We're going to heat up the cast iron pan to, I want to say, medium-low heat, because I burnt the shit. I definitely feel like I overcooked the lion's mane. I just think there was too much of a sear. So I'm going to turn the temps down a little bit on the cast iron tonight and just see if that has a little bit of an effect. Now this is typically the kind of mushroom that you see on side dishes in like fancy restaurants and stuff, but we're going to kind of make this the star of the dish. And I know it's more of a cluster mushroom, but we're going to kind of treat it just like the lion's mane. Okay, before we add our mushroom, we're going to put a little bit of flavorless oil. I'm using canola right in the center of the pot here. Like so. And I'm going to start with putting a couple of pounds of pressure on there, flatten them out. The only thing I'll do right now, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper right on this. That's going to help draw some of that moisture out while we're getting a sear on it. Searon. I am Searon from the planet. Pep. Get that salt on there. Yeah, get it. What I noticed with the lion's mane is that mushroom really absorbed the oil, and it was just a really good texture. So I'm just going to keep putting a little pressure on this. This can get really hot, so make sure if you do this at home, you have an oven mitt. But I got special jon.tedd hands. Yeah, get it! Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, look at it. Flattening out. Only 1 minute. Oh yeah, good color on that. Look at that. Little bit of salt on this side, and just because for the recipe purpose, I'm going to spoon a little bit of my sauce. All right, baby birds, we're ready to plate this thing up. Whoo! Look at it. Flattened right out. Much flatter than the lion's mane. Too flat? I don't know. Let's see what it looks like plated up. Time to plate up. Little sauce on the plate. Little herbed smashed potato pancake. Ooh. Fancy. Yes. Next, we got a little bit of creamed kale, sauteed deliciousness. Let's see if I can do this and not make a mess. It's gotta be fancy. It's gotta be fancy. We want it tall too. People love tall. You gotta have a good tall. I'm a little off center on my plate. Already fired. I'm already fired. Gonna top this off with our mushrooms. Gentle now, my friends. Yes. Yes. Ah. I'm saying a tiny bit more sauce on the top. Tiny bit. Ooh, let it drizz down. Ever so gentle. You got some capers up on top. A little parsley. Oh, dang it. Some lemon zest, huh? Huh? Fance. All right, little too much parsley here. I'll get that off. All right, let's test this thing. Let's test this taste. All right, I mangled it up so that I can get a good forkful of everything. But I say let's start with just the straight up mushroom with, you know, a little bit of that sauce drizzled on it. This definitely has more of like a mushroom texture that I'm used to, like in a portobello mushroom. The lion's mane, I think, is a mushroom for people who don't like mushrooms. This is a mushroom for people who do like mushrooms. And something like this, where the mushroom is the star, I feel like the blue oyster actually works out really well. Let's just get a mouthful of everything. That's what... It's really, really good. So, the recipe that you're looking at right here, this is a mushroom piccata. The mushroom is like the meat part. It's served over creamed kale and mashed potatoes, and it's so good. This recipe, or at least a version of it, I'm actually going to be using in the next couple of weeks at Strong Hearts Cafe in Buffalo. We're going to be doing a Mockingbird fundraiser dinner. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you're local, get a ticket once we post. If you're not local, I'm going to make sure I do some awesome behind the scenes stuff. Look at that thing. Yeah, the blue oyster has that kind of mushroom aftertaste, I guess, is what I'm trying to explain. Some of my friends really don't like mushrooms at all. They won't eat them unless you trick them. I feel like you could trick somebody with the lion's mane. The blue oyster, ain't no tricking anybody. I'm eating a mushroom. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed being in the kitchen with me. I would love to post a lot more videos, so if you enjoy this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, say hi, tell me you love me, I don't know. And I'll see you in the next mushroom episode. I hope you're liking this as much as I am. I'm gonna finish this meal, but I'll see you soon.